Located in the northeast corner of Wyoming, the towering monolith dominates the plains below. Designated in 1906 by President Teddy Roosevelt, Devil's Tower is the nation's first national monument. The tower has a long, mystical connection to the Plains Indian tribes, the Sioux, Cheyenne, Kiowa, Arapaho, and Crow. In Steven Spielberg's feature film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the alien mothership lands here. After a summer storm, the monolith shows its magic. Devil's Tower is not only a wonder of the Great Plains, but one of the great natural wonders of the world. The rocks found within the Devil's Tower National Monument can be divided into two types: sedimentary and igneous. The tower itself is made up of super hard igneous rock, formed directly from the cooling and crystallization of molten lava from the Earth's interior. The tower is 800 feet in diameter and soars 1,270 feet above the Belle Fourche River that cuts through the monument. The most striking geological features of the tower are its 5-sided vertical columns. According to Native American legend, they were produced by a giant bear clawing the tower. In fact, they were produced by extremely rare conditions of cooling and shrinking of the lava that formed the monolith. Nowhere else can such a striking example of this phenomenon be seen. Measuring 6 to 8 feet in diameter, these columns drop vertically from the top of the monolith until about 2/3 of the way down. From there, they flare out into a boulder field at the base of the tower. Interestingly, the surface of the tower's rock is covered with a primitive life form, lichens. The multicolored lichens are made up of fungus and algae living in a symbiotic relationship. It is the lichens that give the tower its green and gold hues. Surrounding Devil's Tower is a sequence of sedimentary rocks from the Triassic and Jurassic periods, the ages of the dinosaur. So how did the tower come to be as we see it today?
One of the most common questions is, how did the tower get here? And for that, we have to step back in time. If we were here about 100 million years ago, we would actually be underwater. At that time, there were different deposits that were here from the shallow seas, and the seas came and went, and the next sea that came in, more deposits were laid through. Over the millions of years, there was layer upon layer that was left behind. And if we move up in time to about 60 million years of age, we would actually be standing about a mile above where we're at now. That's how many layers had been left behind. At that time, 60 million years ago, the Rocky Mountains and the Black Hills were formed. And with all that pressure and the tectonic plate movement, all of those layers of sandstone and siltstone broke and they fractured, and that left pathways for the magma to well up into the surrounding sedimentary rock. And that's really how the tower formed. And it formed about 1.5 miles below the surface. And over millions of years, all of that surrounding sandstone and siltstone has moved away and eroded away to leave the tower that we see today.
Hi, I'm Bill Ambrose. If you like this video, subscribe so we can bring you more programming from our studio. Thank you for subscribing.